I never thought I would be the one to tell this story. Most people who go through this don't live to talk about it. But here I am, alive, though changed forever by that night. My name is Lucas, and I'm 17 years old. One cool fall evening, I was alone at home. My parents were away for the weekend. I was enjoying the house to myself. I settled on the couch with a cup of tea, ready to binge watch my latest obsession. The rain pattered softly against the windows, creating a cozy atmosphere. It started with a sound, a faint scratching at the back door. At first, I thought it was the wind or maybe a cat, but it kept going, getting louder and more insistent. I felt scared as I paused my show to listen. Thump, thump, thump. It wasn't just scratching anymore. Someone was trying to get in, or did not move. My mind raced. Was it a burglar? Kids playing a prank? The pounding stopped suddenly, and the room fell into a creepy silence. Then I heard it. Glass breaking in the kitchen. I felt very afraid. This was really happening. I was alone, and someone had broken into my house. I wanted to panic, but I made myself think. I needed to get out and find help. My phone was in my bedroom upstairs. If I could reach it, I could call 911. I got off the couch slowly and carefully. The floor creaked under my feet. I winced at each sound. I could hear movement in the kitchen, soft footsteps coming closer, and made it to the stairs. As I put my foot on the first step, a floorboard groaned loudly. The footsteps in the kitchen stopped. I held my breath, hoping they hadn't heard. But then, slowly and deliberately, they started moving towards the living room. I stopped being quiet and ran up the stairs, taking two at a time. Behind me, I heard a low, scary laugh. I slammed my bedroom door shut. I grabbed from my phone on the nightstand. My hands shook as I dialed 911. I kept watching the door.
911, what's your emergency?
The loud bang on my bedroom door cut me off. I screamed and dropped the phone.
I know, you're in there.
A gravelly voice called out.
Why don't you come out and play?
I moved away from the door, thinking fast. The window. It was my only chance. As the pounding on the door got worse, I ran to the window. I tried to open it, but it was stuck. Years of paint had sealed it shut. The door crashed open, and I finally saw the attacker. He was tall and dressed entirely in black. His mask was a dark, eerie black, adding to his menacing presence. In his hand, he held a large, sharp knife. Suddenly, I felt a burst of energy. I finally got the window open. Without thinking, I climbed out onto the roof. The cold shingles hurt my bare feet. I heard him enter my room, his heavy breathing filling the air.
Here, kitty kitty.
He called out mockingly.
Don't you want to play?
I moved along the roof, trying to reach the big oak tree near the house. If I could get to the tree, I might have a chance. Behind me, I heard him climb out onto the roof.
Nowhere to run now, little one.
He taunted. I got to the edge of the roof. The tree was so close. Without letting myself think, I jumped. For a moment, I was in the air. Then my hands grabbed a branch. I held on as hard as I could. I heard him curse behind me as I climbed down the tree. My hands and feet hurt from the rough bark. As soon as I touched the ground, I ran. I ran faster than I ever had before. My lungs hurt. My bare feet hit the cold pavement. I could hear him behind me, getting closer. I ran between houses, trying to lose him in backyards. But he kept coming, always just behind me. As I turned a corner, I saw hope. A house with lights on and people inside. I ran towards it, yelling for help. The door opened just as I got there. I fell inside, trying to catch my breath. Please, I managed to say. He's after me. The family inside, surprised by me suddenly appearing, quickly closed and locked the door. They called the police. I fell on their floor, shaking from being tired and scared. Through the window, I saw a dark figure at the end of the driveway. He stood there, not moving, for what felt like forever. Then, slowly, he raised his hand and waved, like he was saying goodbye. By the time the police arrived, he was gone. After that, everything was confusing. There were police questions and hospital visits. They never caught him, the man they started calling the Midnight Stalker. But I knew he was still out there, waiting and watching. For weeks after, I couldn't sleep. Every noise, every shadow seemed dangerous. My parents put in a new security system, but it didn't help me feel safer. It took months before I started to feel somewhat normal again, but I knew I would never be the same. I lost the feeling of being safe that young people have. Now I always know there's danger in the world. Sometimes late at night, I think I hear scratching at the back door. In my dreams, I'm running again, always running, with him just behind me. Surviving my encounter with the Midnight Stalker has taught me that in a world full of hidden dangers, merely surviving is a victory.